Today's episode of Dungeon Crawlers Radio is brought to you by Gamers Inn, your one-stop location for all your gaming needs. Located in Lehigh City, Utah, their fun and friendly staff will be more than happy to answer any of your gaming needs. Just remember, Gamers Inn, it's where adventures begin.
It's time to power up.
Autobots, roll out! Broadcasting live from the DCR studio.
Oh yeah!
The Geek Revolution starts here.
Excellent!
Get ready for the #1 hit geek radio show out there.
Well, it is impressive, isn't it?
Because it's time for Dungeon Crawlers Radio.
Let's get ready to rumble!
And now, the moment you've all been waiting for.
All right, everyone, welcome to another episode of Dungeon Crawlers.
This one's special, isn't it?
It's so special because you're here,
And I'm outnumbered.
and Scott's yeah, and Scott's not here, which
Still
means
in the time continuum?
interesting stories about Scott. I don't know,
Maybe.
maybe. But we got Jared Nathan Garret here with us.
Howdy.
To talk about his books, Comic-Con, and whatever else comes up because we're just gonna wing it.
This should be the best ever.
Yeah, because winging
yeah.
it is awesome.
That's what we do here.
We go on random tangents a lot,
Hey, no
which
thanks,
I'm
chicken
really
wings.
glad that Corinne, when we were talking with Chris Provost from Comic-Con, kept wrangling us in because we were going all over the place, Chris included, so it was pretty awesome.
Oh yeah, he heard Star Wars and was gone.
I know.
That's right.
Star Wars. So let me, yeah. And
Good
of course,
stories.
And of
Good
course,
jokes.
it's Star Wars, so I had to follow.
You're easy to distract, though.
I know.
That's a
I
very
know.
popular tangent.
I think it's
It
fun to
is.
hear people who have like one kid and they're very young talk about being a new dad and their
Yeah.
dad jokes. I have 7 children. I've been telling dad jokes for 17 years now. So
Wow.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
it's a good time.
Dad jokes. They're awesome.
They're an art form right there.
They are.
Oh, yeah.
They're, yeah, like I said, there are points where my kids just shake their head.
Absolutely.
I got really, really dad.
You get good with like distinguishing between the appreciative groan kind of and then the indulgent groan and then the groan of, oh my gosh, my dad needs to die.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Well,
It's okay.
My favorite lately has been where, they'll say something serious, like completely insane. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Well, guess what you're going to do? And then my kids go, well, what? You're going to make me lug rocks around, dig a hole, or go do tons and tons of chores? Or wait a minute, you take my toothbrush and scrub the toilet? And I'm just like,
What?
okay.
They know all your material.
How about all the above?
That's awesome.
Because, like, what the heck?
First, you're going to wash out that smart mouth.
Yeah.
Kids are the best.
They just keep getting smarter.
Yeah.
It's
My 15-year-old is our family DM, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've started playing Dungeons and Dragons as a family.
Nice.
We started a month ago, just before we moved back down to Utah. My 15-year-old loves DMing. He's
Nice.
always reading the handbooks, the manuals. He's fantastic. He's glorious. His imagination is endless too.
That's kind of where my storytelling
pretty cool.
began.
Yeah.
Years.
It's
25 years ago.
a lot of fun.
But yeah, I did that with my 2 boys, and unfortunately now I'm apparently DMing for the neighborhood because now there's like 14 boys between 12 and 14.
That's a big party.
Oh yeah,
That's
it's insane.
the battles must take forever to get through.
No,
Okay.
they don't because I play by this rule of pay attention or die. Yeah.
Okay, we might be adopting this. Could
Yeah.
become a Garrett rule as well.
Yeah,
I like it.
because the boys are just like they're talking, their stuff like that. And so what I do is I have a D6 and I put it out, I put it to a 6 and just plop it down, and I just sit there. And if they keep going, I change it to a 5. I've now called it the Doom dice.
This is fantastic.
So as soon as I hit 1,
This is fantastic.
horrible things happen.
D&D best practices. I love
Yes. So at this point, I normally get to 5, and they're saying like, "Dude, shut up!
it. That's
shut
awesome.
up!"
Holy cow.
Yeah. So
Yeah, my
so it's
9-year-old
fun.
could really use that.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
So we did have a 10-year-old for a while.
Little
kicked-
young.
We kicked him out.
That's okay.
Yeah, he had a very short attention span.
No doubt.
And then would just like spit out random things like they're like, we get to, they get to the villain, and they're like, all right, they've hatched this master plan, and the kid just goes, we're here to kill you and save the princess and steal your money. And everyone's like, you idiot!
I stab him in the back.
Yeah.
Roll for damage.
So,
That's a good time.
Yeah. No, it's fun. It's great playing with kids, but I really miss playing with adults and actually having like a serious game session.
We might be doing them a couple times a month at my house now.
I just
awesome.
don't want to DM. I'm done
Yeah.
DMing.
No, actually, my 15-year-old, courtesy of her therapist, may be
Quite an
DMing.
age, yeah.
So my 15-year-old is a dictative learner, so we can hand her the manuals.
Okay.
She will read them and have them memorized. And so if anybody questions anything, she'll even know what page to go to.
That's really cool.
Like
so
that.
She's the adjudicator.
She's like a massive storyteller
That's glorious,
too.
yeah.
She can go in-depth detail into more detail than you would ever expect from somebody you would think that she actually lived it.
But as a DM, you need to have some gray areas.
Yeah.
So she's not black and white.
Oh, have you met my daughter?
Yeah, I know. That's the
Yeah.
problem.
Fair enough.
So the
15 seems to be a
boys
popular
said
age
that
for
she
DMs.
should
Sure does, doesn't it?
DM
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
And so, her therapist said that she's safe with geeks.
Yeah. Well, no,
You
it
can't get in
definitely
trouble.
is.
So
Oh,
now
that's
the
good.
boys are all going to
Nice.
come over and let her DM
Yeah.
for them to
That's
get
really
out
cool.
her.
Right on.
Yeah, no, it is
overboard
really good.
craziness.
Really
You know,
cool.
it's you have the storytelling, there's bonding because you get to
Yeah.
play with other people.
Decision making.
And there's decision making. You have to make compromises. There's so many great things that are in that game.
Yep.
Um,
So of the devil. man.
and taking, kind of taking that on as a 15-year-old, there's just opens so many doors.
Oh, no,
in
she's
my
been
Yeah,
trying to do it since
absolutely.
she was 10.
Yeah.
She's been playing Pathfinder.
That's awesome.
Nice.
But so she's been doing all of this stuff, and she's been writing stories. She's actually, I don't remember what it's a mix of, but she's been designing her own game for years.
Hmm.
She's got like binders full of stuff that she's been working on.
Yeah, I still have those.
Your
But-
kids and my kids maybe need to get together.
Yeah.
We can set this
That
up.
sounds really
My daughter's
interesting, yeah.
crazy, but like I says, the guys are going to be doing it. The deal is though, if you show up at the door, you need a bribery for the
Yes.
bow god to get downstairs because he says this game is evil and doesn't know why anybody plays it in his basement. So he makes fun of everybody as they come in. So you bribe my husband. So TJ always walks in with a 6-pack of beer. Here you go, and then like sneaks downstairs. He's like, wait, as they go down, and they'll
So
be
you've
like,
got 15-year-olds
food.
showing up with packs of beer.
Well,
for
no,
your-
No,
these
that's
are my
good.
friends.
Oh,
My
okay,
15-year-old
yeah.
doesn't play yet.
Okay.
So that was actually, it was
That would be
Tuesday and her
interesting.
therapist
How
Quite
do
an
you
image,
explain
man.
that? Mom, I need a 6-pack of beer
to
so I can go play
bribe
D&D.
the god. No,
Right.
bring him
So I
food.
can
Food
bribe the
works,
god.
too.
That's
You know
awesome.
what's funny? I can't get my wife to let my daughter bring me a beer from the fridge.
Seriously?
I asked once, it's like, hey, could you grab me a beer while you're over there? Next thing I know, my daughter is not the one handing it to me. You never ask her to do that for you again. Okay, all right.
heck?
I guess not. I guess my house rule is you have to be 21 to serve dad beer.
All right.
Okay. Well, follow the laws, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess. Must
Next
have
time you
to,
better
yeah.
tip her.
There we go.
Yeah.
Keep it professional.
It is.
She gets a good
But,
allowance.
you know,
That's
no.
tip enough.
D&D,
Diet Dr. Pepper for me.
role-playing games in general, always awesome.
Yeah, good times.
Lots of fun. I just, at this point, now that I'm writing so much, I don't want to DM.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I feel like I'm already writing enough.
All
and
she
that'll
does
take
is
my-
write too. That's like I said. I think
creativity.
they were trying to make an outlet for
Yeah.
her to try to get all of this out. Because I think she's got like 8 or 9 books that she's writing too, and she can keep them all straight.
That's awesome.
Quite a lady.
No.
That's
Yeah.
rad.
How many? Okay, maybe that's a bad question to ask.
No, go ahead.
I
How
was
many
gonna
Dr.
ask-
Peppers do I drink a day? Don't ask.
No, well, I wasn't going to go
Okay,
there.
okay.
No, because I'm also a man. I know
Yes.
what questions you should and shouldn't ask a man. Like, you never ask a woman her age. You never ask a man how many beverages he consumes in a day.
Good call. Good rules. I like this. This is
I
good.
only drink water or juice.
Oh, I was going to ask how many
It's true.
I don't know, adventures have you done, but that seems a bit excessive. How long? How many years have you been playing Dungeons and Dragons?
Oh, so there was a big gap, dude. So when I was younger, I had a really strange childhood. I grew up in a weird cult that splintered off of Scientology from age 0 to 17 when I escaped.
Fun.
For 3 or 4 years in that, we were really neglected. The adults didn't pay any attention to us, so we played a lot of D&D together. And then we got into Shadowrun, which was rad. This was a long time
nice.
ago, back when you used rad a lot, which I still say. And then I went on a journey of finding myself and lots of different changes in my life. And I stopped playing for a long time because I went on this journey. Then I went to Brazil, and then I got married, started having kids really fast, did a lot of traveling. So I've only actually gotten back into serious, in my what I call serious gaming, for the last 2 or 3 years.
Okay.
Maybe 4 years. So my favorite current tabletop game is Firefly, actually. I think it's a blast.
Oh, that
And
one's
it's got
fun.
some
I
great
have that.
It's got some great expansion packs that I don't have yet. But I think it's a lot of fun.
So the
No,
board,
all
the
those
expansion
games
packs
are-
make it way better.
The
So
board
that's
game?
basically
Yeah.
a Dungeons
Oh, yeah.
and
The
Dragons
tile
type
type-
of
yeah,
game then.
Yeah.
yeah, I have that.
And then
but
Catan, I
never
love
get to
that.
play it.
Okay.
Really? We
and I'm-
played it after one of our Reach meetings.
But so
I also have the
for now, 2 or
Firefly
3 years.
role-playing game.
And then, but for D&D, we've only gotten back into it recently because I can't DM. I mean, I work for Amazon, and when you work for Amazon, the expectation is you're doing 2 or 3 people's job. So I don't have time for anything other than that job and writing, and just hanging out with the family.
Because I come from I've never played Dungeons and Dragons. Let's throw that out.
Oh, that's awesome!
Really?
Right on.
You know,
I
I've
haven't-
never played.
Okay,
I haven't played it either. They play it at my house,
I will write
though.
an adventure.
Wow.
to
Okay,
play.
that's
Yeah.
awesome.
And so I only just from association with other people am I picking up on like DMs.
Okay.
Oh, that's a dungeon master,
Yeah.
is it not?
Yeah.
I
Or
get
a
confused.
GM,
Sometimes
which is a
Dragon
game
Master,
master,
but
yeah.
Right,
or
right.
Game Master. Okay, I
Game
would
Master,
not
yeah.
have picked up what a GM was.
Yeah,
I wouldn't
Game
have picked
Master.
that.
Start with a
I've
big
been
bag of
like,
dice. You can
oh,
get them
general
cheap, but
manager.
they're cool.
Or
on
or
Amazon.
even better, just buy a bunch of dice, get your Crown Royal bag that comes around it, and
There
then
you
put
go.
all your dice in there.
Oh,
Everyone has
It's
one.
perfect.
I thought there
Yeah,
was gonna be
that's
something
awesome.
bag. That's all right.
We don't have our Crown Royal velvet bag, but a lot of the kids have had the best time that they've had is building their characters because they all love to make up these stories, these backstories about these characters. And what's nice is that my son, 15, who's running this whole show, he just has become really obsessed with it, and I'm down with it. He is melding all these backstories that he's helping his brothers and sisters make into our quests, and so he makes sure that we reach, a couple people's backstories. My guy is a dwarf. He's looking for his kin that have been kidnapped and enslaved.
Sweet.
So we rescued 2 of them in the last quest that we did.
Cool.
It was really cool. So good job, Hinsey.
That's really awesome.
Yeah.
I have a role-playing game we should play with you.
Okay.
Get a bunch of people over. It's called Fiasco. It runs like a Coen brother
I've
movie.
heard about
Alright.
this.
Yeah.
It runs
Okay.
like a Coen brother movie,
A.
yeah.
so it's
Robin
random and
Oliver.
makes no sense, but then it's
completely
hilarious.
random, but everyone's connected in
Okay.
some random way. Like,
nice.
so we played it at Gen Con with Steve Diamond and Alan Barr once, and
I've heard of those guys.
it pretty much everyone was a gangster in some way, some fashion, and how it went down is they were trying to steal the money from the main mob boss that ran a stripper bar, and
Of course.
my character was this IT nerd that did all of the things, and they were cooking the books and so on and so forth. At one point, it just went nuts. Steve Diamond blew up in the bottom of a ship.
Like he himself,
Like
the character.
The character
Fantastic.
blew up because his buddy, which was Alan Barr's character, set him up to be killed. Long story short, my IT nerd ended up surviving with all the money, being rescued by a boat full of voluptuous women in bathing suits, and then because you get to end it because your dice rolls say whether it's a good or a bad thing, and I had a lot of good rolls, and at the very end I ended all saying, I'm on my deathbed, my beautiful wife is next to me, my kids are there, and I'm like, let me tell you a story about how I started Google, and that's how it ended.
That's pretty cool.
But it was just crazy because I'm this like squirrely guy that's just trying to survive while all this death and mayhem is running on. But
It's called Fiasco.
yeah, Fiasco.
Huh.
It's just and it's all based on the roles you make in the beginning, and then as you're building your characters, the person next to you gets to say something about your character and how they're related to you. So you're building your character. Everyone else is building your character for you. You only include one part, like your name and like I was an IT guy, and then everyone else would build up on that. So,
Okay.
Yeah. So it's really
That sounds
weird
pretty
and
cool.
interesting. But yeah, it's all about connecting, and then you play it out, and I've played it 3 or 4 times, and that's the only time I've lived.
Wow.
Because normally everyone dies.
Do you play these things at Comic Cons?
Yeah,
or
we've done
events?
it at
Okay.
cons and other people's houses.
That's cool.
There's another time where Larry Correa was like this Russian mobster, like butchering.
Did he
people.
get into character
Oh,
pretty
yeah,
well?
Yeah,
Okay,
Larry
that's
gets
surprising.
very well into character. Yeah,
That's good.
so,
good.
it's a fun game, but it's not a lot of die rolling, not
Okay.
a lot of stats. It's more storytelling. That one is.
That I could
but,
get into.
Yeah,
Sounds like fun.
it is.
Yeah, it's nice to have a little bit of fun, a little bit of time for that kind of fun now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and it's nice to be back in Utah. Actually, the community here is so tight and vibrant and stuff. I already feel a little bit more creative.
Yes.
I missed it
No,
up
I
there.
agree.
Washington's great though.
There's a lot of stuff, probably a lot more sunny days. I would
Yeah,
assume.
absolutely. Except for the summer up in Seattle was
Awesome.
weirdly dry, man.
Wow.
Weirdly dry. Yeah, Washington's burning, guys. I don't know if you heard
That's
about
true.
that. It's
Yeah.
burning up there, Pacific
Well, I
Northwest.
Washington and Oregon.
Yeah.
Yesterday at my house, it was like raining, torrential rain.
It was
and suddenly
awesome.
it was hail.
Oh man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I walked
it's just
around in that
crazy.
rain. You don't get rain like that up there. You do get rain, but it's like this hesitant crummy stuff that just never relents for like 30 days in a row. This crappy little drizzle of the gray. But yesterday, this is the heavens are opening and I'm angry at you, man.
Yeah, it's like
so you walk out there and you're like, well, bring it on, and it's I love it.
And then it turns into hills. Starts pelting you.
So cool.
When I was in England, they used to get these fogs that would come in.
Yeah,
it was almost like
awesome.
a thick mist. You'd walk outside and you would immediately be drenched, even though there was no really real precipitation coming down. But there was just so much moisture in the air.
Clouds are.
I mean, it was
moisture.
Yeah, where we were near Seattle was like that.
Yeah,
it was pretty cool.
Yeah,
pretty neat.
I didn't like it.
Oh,
I always get wet and cold.
I liked it fine, but I'm happy to be.
That's why you wear
See,
a jacket.
It's nice and warm though over there. Because I remember I went to Oregon once for it was in the middle of January, and we didn't even put our jackets on.
It doesn't get too cold.
It was warm enough. It was great, but yet it was weird because we were further north.
Yeah, it's not too bad. The tidal things, I guess, the ocean stuff. I don't know that stuff.
Yeah, it's a nice area though.
It's very pretty, but the mountains are great too.
Yeah,
Utah's awesome.
Well, and the nice thing you kind of have with up in Washington, you had the beach.
Yeah.
But it's not sandy beach, but you had a beach, you had the ocean, and then you had mountains. You could be at the ocean then up at skiing the same day.
Yeah, but here in Provo or Orem, you can drive up to Deer Creek Reservoir and stuff.
Yeah, it's still not as cool.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's cold even in August.
For me, the reason we came is because came back as my wife's in law school, but
which is awesome.
It is amazing. That's She's a brilliant lady. But I've already got writing stuff going, and where 2 years up in Seattle, I hardly ever had anything going on for writing except for just writing on a train packed amongst a bunch of people who are pushing on my elbows. So there's already a bunch of events going on, and so I'm feeling like a writer again. Finally, which is really nice.
There's definitely a lot of events going on around here.
Yeah,
I mean,
Salt Lake Comic Con is huge.
Comic-Con, there's several author events, which you're part of the following week after that.
Yep.
Writing with someone I can't remember.
I can never remember his name either. It's like Butcher, but it's not. It's
Bruce.
something else. Bruce something.
Yeah, Bruce something.
At Salt Lake Comic Con, by the way, if you're there, you'll easily find me. I'm going to be the guy wearing a shirt that says I wrote these, and I'll be holding my books because I have no booth. I'll just wander around the Comic Con with my books, with the I wrote these. And on the back it says I like books. So I'll be easy to find.
Cool.
I won't wear a hat. I might buy another sword. Bought Sting 2 years ago.
Nice.
It is awesome. Thinking I might even sharpen it now.
So you Lord of the Rings?
Lord of the Rings all day.
You need to come find my boat.
Okay.
Because you'll see my fire pit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to come see your fire pit.
Sauron's head.
I mean, I'm such a very big fan of the Lord of the Rings that I actually liked all the Hobbit movies, despite knowing that there are some flaws. But I will watch all the Hobbit movies and be very happy to watch all of them because I'm just in my world.
You need to meet Steve the Hobbit.
Yeah.
Oh, Steve the Hobbit. Yeah, Steve the Hobbit's fun, but Hook actually is the one that can give you all the stories. But yeah, we have Steve the Hobbit, who started as a joke. And we got to add to that last night by accident. He lived in New Zealand for a while.
No kidding.
Steve?
Yeah. So Hook's like, so I guess he legitimately does have some...
He's sort of a Hobbit.
Yeah. So he's one of my volunteers we call Steve the Hobbit.
Right on.
And he's like got all these crazy...
Did you do the cosplay and everything?
Kind of. It started as an accident. He was wearing some pirate getup.
Okay.
He was actually wearing a Billy Bones costume.
Oh, right on.
And we were walking around. Well, I guess it technically started while he was in a King Arthur outfit. And I'd forgot that he wasn't trained on our King Arthur program.
Okay.
So he introduced himself as Steve, who takes care of the horses.
Huh.
And so we just laughed. And then we're at the Twila Arts Festival running around with Jack Sparrow. And we have a mermaid in a wagon we're pulling around. And some kid goes up to him and goes, "You're a hobbit." And he just goes, "What? I'm not a hobbit." And me and Amanda, the mermaid, just started dying. And we're like, "It's Steve the Hobbit who takes care of the horses." And it's just kind of gotten bigger.
The story keeps going.
Yeah,
I added to a line of that.
On our big long poster board that we had, we actually tied a sign to the back of him. And it said, "Hi, I'm Steve the Hobbit." And then on the back, I went on an adventure with King Arthur and ended up on a ship with Jack Sparrow, found my way to Neverland and was kidnapping mermaids, and like it just goes and goes. They actually have them
awesome.
written down, but every one of our other main leads, like so all of our other characters, we're taking Steve this Hobbit and now we're like involving him in all of the stories based off of all of our other cosplayers.
So he's your through line. That's really cool.
Yeah.
And we're just having a heyday with it.
That's awesome. So he'll be at Comic-Con? At Salt Lake Comic-Con?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
You
I'll find you guys for
won't
sure.
miss him. He's loud.
Is he?
You should have seen him at Denny's last
Does
night.
he have hairy feet?
No, but we should get him
we should
hairy
work on that,
feet.
yeah.
You can do that.
I'm sure you can get those.
Do you want to know what he did at Denny's?
Sure. What do you do at Denny's?
Put some robe in.
Well, he got a crown at the Leonardo.
Okay.
Because he was being super loud, and they said he was the best.
Loudmouth?
well, they forgot what they called him, but we were in the crowd.
Town crier.
But they put this
Herald.
inflatable crown on him, so he was the Leonardo King for the night, to add to Steve the Hobbit here. And then we go to Denny's, and he just, hello everybody in Denny's, as loud as he could.
Like
and
a town crier or some kind.
And then they made the mistake of giving us this like center table with booths all
so you're on
around
stage.
us. And so every time everybody comes in, welcome to Denny's, and like this whole huge thing is everybody's just dying and laughing in the whole area. And as we go to leave, and I guess the manager starts coming out, and he hadn't noticed us to this point. We've been there for like an hour, and the whole time he's just,
not noticed that?
we don't know.
Maybe he was in
or
the
he
back.
finally
Bad
just
man.
decided
Doing
to
the
come
books.
check out what was going on. But as we leave,
books.
Steve the Hobbit goes, farewell, my patrons, and like just does this whole like speech thing, and the host guy that was seating everybody was just dying. The servers were laughing because they were all getting in on this with him, and the manager's like, this look on his face, like, what the hell is going on out here? So he's just doing this whole thing, and we're all dressed up. So we have Oliver dressed as King Arthur. He's got his armor on.
Fantastic.
I have my pirate
Plate
getup
armor?
on. Real steel armor
Fantastic.
that he made himself.
Fantastic.
Captain Hook is there with the full leather jacket. Oliver's wife is dressed up in a costume from Narnia, like full decked out. So we're all dressed up. Oh, we have Kristoff there. Chris was dressed up as Kristoff. So we're not dressed normal. So we're obviously drawing
The
attention
manager's
as
just about to
is.
freak out or something.
But yeah, the manager's no idea what to do with Steve the Hobbit. And farewell to you all! And like this and that.
Look at his arms around.
And as we're walking around, all the people in the windows are doing this and
that's
like
nice.
waving to him
Should've
and
held
stuff
out a
like
hat
that.
and
It was
picked up some
grand.
cash, right?
You saw the picture where I was getting put in armor.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the armor.
That's,
that's
the
really cool.
armor.
Yeah.
That's
Nice
one
plate
of
armor.
the two sets of armor
Yeah.
that our guy made.
I used to do the SCA, so we made our own chainmail and stuff like that.
Yeah,
That was a long time ago. back in
most
the
of
day.
all our stuff is made by our King Arthur. Nonetheless,
awesome.
we were at a school shooting the onager. We put a basket on the onager, or a sling on the onager, and it was out shooting the catapult and the ballista. We
Right
almost
on.
shot over a concrete sound wall into SR-138.
That would be dangerous.
From the school. And the dads that were out there with us apparently had gone inside and were like, it should get dark. We need it to get dark so we can go out there and shoot over that fence and nobody will know where it came from.
That doesn't sound safe.
It sounds
That
like
sounds
a bunch
unsafe.
of dads, though, doesn't it?
That sounds like Boy Scouts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That sounds like the Boy
When you
Scouts
put
are
a
about to
group
blow
of
something
we
up.
can't get
Well,
caught and see
lose a
how
limb.
much
Let's lose a
damage
limb.
we
Well,
can
we
Mm-hmm.
where we had our church, there was a field next to it that we
Okay.
did a lot of scout camps to, and on the other side of that was a row of houses, and then a major street. So we would normally launch stuff up over the houses into the street. You'd randomly hear squealing tires or something, you know, water balloons, anything
terrible.
smushy. You know,
we almost
really,
accidentally
really
shot tennis ball.
old
Yeah. Pumpkin?
peaches and
Oh.
apricots. Oh, yeah.
Stone fruit. That's not going to break a window.
No,
That was our debate: is how much
Yeah.
damage a tennis ball would do.
We,
when the
we,
first tennis
we
ball
had
almost
not
went over. We're
broken.
like,
Yeah.
We
let's
did not
crank
break
this down.
any windows that I know of. But
That's good. Yeah. Better to not do property damage.
yeah, but
That's
it
like
would be funny because
prosecutable.
they're slamming on their brakes. It's the middle of the night. No lights are on in the house. Where did
Well,
this come
so
from?
Stansbury, where I'm at, there's no street lights
Oh, yeah.
because of the observatory. The
Yeah.
place isn't lit
that
at
makes
all.
sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
So nobody would have any clue what was going on. So as it got darker, we had to actually clear out earlier because it wasn't safe to be launching projectiles in the dark.
Yeah.
But there was literally a group of
Sounds
dads
like
inside
that's
the
me.
building like,
why
dude,
I'm a
we
writer.
need to go fire into the street out there. Like, those things shoot far. How far do you think we can make it shoot? And I'm like, oh, God. My guys will shoot those things across football fields if they could. And I think
Sounds like
that
so
little
much fun.
onager will do it.
Wow.
That sounds really cool.
So
Yeah, I'm too scared of hurting people. I just hurt people in my books. That's all I do. Or watch
yeah,
movies.
it's
That's
fun. It's fun to do that.
Okay.
In the books.
In the books.
In
yeah.
books,
See,
not in person. In books.
real print. It just,
Yeah,
no.
like, yeah.
Yeah, it's
you were
something-
with us when we shot or tried to shoot Scott with the ballista, weren't you?
I'm the one who pulled the
No.
trigger.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Well,
it was,
so
yeah, no, it's
they have
no.
they have video of it. Luckily, like the last second.
No, like he doesn't even try to do it. No, he's just a natural movement. As he last second moves his bag from the side to the other side, it happened to come in between the path of the
The ballista,
ballista
and his
the
cross.
Was it a bolt?
projectile.
Yeah.
and his. And
Otherwise-
What was the
it would-
projectile? A crossbow bolt type thing, or what?
Foam arrow.
It was a
foam arrow.
giant
Oh, okay.
foam arrow, but it would have hit him in the crotch.
Oh my gosh.
And it was
Crotch
just
shot
it was
Scott.
just dumb luck that He blocked
It was hilarious.
I think that he's been living right, is what you mean to say.
Yeah.
And the
there-
universe said, you get to save your parts. Okay.
You know, hey,
That's
maybe
terrifying.
that. Made
You're not
it
going to
so
have that at
he
Comic-Con,
could
are
have
you?
his kid. Yeah, there it is.
That's not going to be at Comic-Con. No.
We don't
No
take
ballista
the siege
shooter.
weapons to
Yeah,
Comic-Con
maybe keep the
because it's
siege-
a little
okay,
too
good.
crowded. We do have them at Gaming Con. So
Okay.
we were shooting Umbrella Corp with our...
With candy.
Oh, right on.
Yeah, we
Oh,
were
there you go.
pegging
That's
them
fine.
with candy. With
That's
the
cool.
ballista. Or no, we didn't have the ballista yet, so we had the catapult and the onagers out. Or the trebuchet and the onagers
right on.
out. And we could shoot over a couple booths
That's
into
really-
the
wow, that's
Jurassic
awesome.
Jeep booths and
Yeah.
stuff like that. We had a little
That sounds
They
like
have
fun.
lots of fun.
CDX is where we had the ballista out for the first time and accidentally shot over an entire LARPer field and into Game Tyrant and almost shot Eddie over there. And that's when he's like, oh, this is war. Foam arrows are coming tomorrow. And we were just shooting pool noodles at this
That's
point.
awesome.
And so he brought the foam arrows from FantasyCon and shot back. And that's what
damage
we
done.
started loading into the thing and started redesigning our stuff after. It was like, hey, look at how well these arrows shoot in our
That's really neat.
ballista.
That's really neat.
Nice.
Wow.
Lots of fun.
Yeah,
It is.
my pirates aren't safe.
No.
So you guys are going to be at Salt Lake Comic-Con?
Yeah.
And you're going to be wandering around and talking to people, I assume?
Yeah. I mean, that is the plan.
We're
Okay.
going to go interview people.
There will be some interviews done. There will be photos taken. There will be all sorts of craziness.
But you're going to be at a booth
I'll be at a booth.
called Bard's Tower.
Bard's Tower, yeah.
Signing books.
Signing books and selling books. Hopefully.
Right on. That's
So-
awesome.
It's going to be weird.
Rubbing shoulders with those big guys.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Literally
so
big
I
guys.
grew up reading Tracy Hickman.
Yeah.
He's going to be in there
Right
signing
there.
books.
Yep.
I mean, and the graphic they put out, there's Tracy's face, there's Larry Correa, Dan Wells, Jim Butcher.
Jim freaking
mean,
Butcher. Oh, my gosh.
I have a cover quote on my novel that says it's a mixture between Jim Butcher and Larry Correa. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm standing next to both of these guys. So hopefully maybe someone will want to buy my book. But the mere fact that I'm in a booth selling and signing side by side with Tracy Hickman is just amazing because
That's
I
incredible.
grew up
Yeah.
reading him.
Yeah,
And the
Tracy
only thing
Hickman,
better
yeah.
is that Bob Salvatore is in there.
Is he? He's not.
He's not, but he has been to Salt Lake Comic Con.
Oh,
in
I
years
met
past.
him. I met him my first Comic-Con.
And he's been on the show before.
Bob Salvatore?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. In fact, he has a copy of my book. I sent
Dude
it to
changed
him
my
and
life,
said,
man.
Hey, would you mind reading this?
Yeah, I
He's like,
asked.
Sure, I'll do it.
I asked him
So-
if he'd read mine. He said, I'm kind of short on time.
Yeah, he said he was short on time, but send it to me and I'll get to it. So
Yeah.
Bob's a great guy.
Man, his books just were life-changing to me.
I have every Dritz novel.
Absolutely.
I have
Absolutely.
the Shadow of Bedwar ones.
Dude, Crystal Shard is in my first book.
The Chronicles, with the Canticle one.
Yeah, Canticle with Catterley.
Yeah.
Yep. Dibbeldorf was, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I don't
Fantastic.
have a single one of his books.
I've got all of them.
Yeah.
Absolutely. He signed a couple of my big compendiums, of,
Yeah.
like the Crystal Shard and stuff. And
other than that, I mean, there's another book I want to actually pick up because I need to for next Tuesday, because Bruce Campbell's going to be in town.
oh,
for
he's
his
coming to
book.
the Comic-Con.
No, he's not going
Nope.
to be at Comic Con.
Okay.
He's doing a book tour.
No kidding.
So yeah,
Ash.
yeah.
Oh, wow.
So I got to go do that.
That's awesome.
Yeah. The only time I've ever actually met him is he actually bombed one of our videos. I was interviewing Michael Rosenbaum, and someone leaned against my
Lex Luthor,
shoulder, and
okay.
I'm like, "Oh man, security's gonna pull me," because we were sitting right next to the photo area.
Okay.
Thinking, "Oh man, security's got me. They're leaving me out." And this guy leans over. You can't trust anything this guy says. And I turn, and there is Ash
The most famous
freaking
chin on
Williams,
the planet. Yeah.
You know, Bruce Campbell
Man.
leaning on my shoulder.
That's
It's
amazing.
like I was speechless. I didn't know what to say. And
Seriously.
then they get into a fake fight in front of me, and I'm just like,
Lex Luthor and Ash.
yeah.
Oh, that's
Oh,
awesome, dude.
wow.
Holy cow.
What do you do at that moment? I should have jumped in.
You just...
I should have jumped in, but no. I was just like completely stunned.
No kidding.
So I mean, that's the really cool thing about
Salt Lake
conventions,
Comic-Con
stuff
is...
like
I've had some amazing experiences there. So I had...
Yeah.
I debuted my own book some years ago, just the novelization of My Strange Childhood, but I had Beat come out, that science fiction debut, and I had that one and one other come out, and I was at Salt Lake Comic-Con in 2015, and I was talking to all the people who would stop by our booth at Future House, and a mother came with two kids, an 11-year-old, I think, boy, and a 13-year-old girl. Very awkward, as you would expect.
Yeah.
Some sort of geeks are kind of awkward, but having the time of their lives,
Yeah.
feeling like totally at home at Salt Lake Comic-Con. So for me, it's the greatest place.
Yeah.
Because these folks can feel totally safe and comfortable. They bought Beat and came back. That was Thursday. They came back Saturday. The boy had already read it.
Wow.
The whole thing.
Yeah.
And so he and I just chatted for like 20 minutes about my own book.
Yeah. And
this kid is just lighting up and having a great time talking about all the cool things that were in there. And That was cool, man.
Yeah,
Probably
no.
the best author moment I've ever had.
I understand. There's a kid in my neighborhood. His mom bought my book. She's like, it's his birthday. I want to give him a new book. He's always reading.
You're the neighbor.
So,
Right on.
Yeah, so she bought it. 2 days later, she's like, he's done. He
Nice.
loves it. I mean, they were just raving about it. I'm like, all right, score.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
So,
It's
Yeah.
those author moments are
No.
worth a lot.
yeah, they are. And it's just like, you don't know when you finish a book and put it out there. You don't know. Yeah, you got a few
Yeah.
reviews out there, but you don't know if people are actually really enjoying it or liking it. But,
Right.
yeah.
But your reviews are looking good on Amazon.
Yeah,
It's good.
not too bad.
And yours, like I said last time we chatted, you're the third place
Oh.
on my list to be
Sweet.
TBR. Still finishing Witchy Eye. Man, it's a big book.
Witchy Eye is a fantastic book.
Yeah, I'm loving it, but it's dense.
It is. It's almost like Wave Kings.
Yeah, a little bit. A little bit.
But Dave does a great job putting
Yeah.
that together and making it
I love it.
fun. And I'm so happy he's finally hit that benchmark where he's
Yeah.
getting success.
But he's always traveling, too.
He is. He is always traveling. He is like the traveling salesman in a way, because he's
Kind of that, yeah.
he's always somewhere. And
Yeah.
I know that part of it's his job, but and he just takes advantage of being there. Hey, I'm going to be
It's
here,
perfect.
which is fantastic. But he gets up there with his guitar, sings some songs.
Yeah, when you got that kind of talent and skill, man.
But it's just he zones in. I mean, a lot of these authors I've just seen over the years. It's like I've seen them away from the conventions, and they're one way, and then when they're at a convention, it's like completely different personality. And I don't know if it's because they're just relaxed, comfortable, because there's no way anyone there is going to be against them,
Right.
or what.
But
So,
Dave is always in his own skin.
Oh, yeah.
Always.
definitely, especially
Good
how
guy.
tall he is. Man, Dave
Well,
is a tall
yeah,
guy.
he's a tall dude.
He is. I remember the first time he came over to my house to drop a book off for me to read and review. My one daughter answered it, and she's like, she just stops and looks up at Dave, and he's like, "Is your dad here?" She's like, "Yeah." And then she just like takes off, goes gets me, and goes try to talk to Dave.
Dad, there's a giant at the
And
door.
I closed
Is
the
it a
door.
frost giant?
I closed the door, because he was on his way to a con or something out of town, and my daughter just goes, "He's really tall." And I'm like,
Good call.
"Yep, he is."
He's a tall dude.
So, yeah.
And the hat and the mustache.
Oh,
it's a good
the
time.
hat, mustache. It just all goes.
Yeah.
I mean, if he showed up in like, a big sombrero and a poncho with his guitar, man, he could sell it. Totally.
For real, yeah.
Yeah.
He does a good show.
Yeah.
He's fantastic.
But so we got Beat out.
Yep.
What's the other one?
The sequel to Beat is Push.
Push.
And that's a complete series that's out now.
And then you have another one that revolves around the Joseph myth and
Sort of. So I've got
Seer,
one.
the Seer.
The Seer, yeah,
yeah.
exactly. So the Seer, I self-published that one. That came out right before LTUE
Yeah.
this year, and it's a lot of fun. It starts in Egypt. There's a young intern who's trying to get his PhD.
Yeah.
Who, through a series of events, finds the cloak of Joseph, like Joseph the Seer from Egypt.
Yeah.
Joseph. It gives him some powers. At the same time that he dons this and kind of connects with this ancient relic, a mysterious guy all in white shows up and tells him a couple of weird cryptic things. He's kind of like a Yoda or an Obi-Wan. And then suddenly he's thrust into a very kind of a worldwide conspiracy that he's not really aware of the whole thing. But the power that he gets from the cloak is that he can see into people's hearts. So he sees your eyes. He knows what's going on in your heart. Not like in words, but in images.
Yeah.
And it starts assaulting him, and it's kind of killing him. Well, it's not killing him, but it's wearing him down. And he finds out, he starts making the connection that after every episode he has of seeing into somebody's soul, he also starts to go blind.
Wow.
So that's kind of a dangerous thing.
Yeah.
The mysterious figure that showed up said he needed to go find the cursed guy. Apparently there's a cursed guy out there who's got the same razor that was used to cut Samson's hair. And it's called the Betrayer's Razor. And so now he's got to go stop this guy who might become a terrorist.
Wow.
So my character, Nathan, my middle name, that's right. He has to go through this turmoil of trying to find where this guy is, trying to just use this extra perception while being hunted by some weird worldwide conspiracy. And this is a book in a series called The 36, which is actually invented by Darren Fraley, who's a local author. Greg Luke did the second book in the series. Greg Luke is another local author. His is called The Healer. It's based on this Jewish legend of 36 righteous people upon whom the world's salvation rests. So it's based on this idea of Abraham who argued with God to save a city if I can find 100 righteous guys? How about 50 righteous guys? And the legend apparently got down to 36. And so in modern days, the 36 people need to find out who they are so that they can start to actually save the world.
Wow.
And so it's like a prophecy fulfillment, superhero origin story thing. And if you, Kiefer Sutherland, he had a TV show called Touch.
Yeah, I remember that.
That was actually based on the 36 legend as well.
Oh, okay.
I was very sad that TV show didn't go on because it was getting into some really neat stuff there.
Yeah, it was.
So that's the Seer, and it's really cool. I got Carter Reed to do me a cover for it.
Sweet.
That's why the cover's so good.
Yeah, Carter does a fantastic job.
He's very skilled. I'll have all these books.
Lots of crazy
that's
stuff.
all I come on. He's the Cthulhu.
The
Cthulhus
thing,
are pretty great.
The little dragons.
Yeah, they're pretty
the
good.
weird Necronomicons. Yeah.
Yeah, and then the zombie.
Yeah. Zombie Nation. Yep.
Yeah, he's very good. This place is great, man. I'm glad to be back in Utah.
So, are you gonna have a cart that you're gonna be dragging around?
I'm not sure. It might be a cart or a wagon.
We kind of talked about that, or just a wagon. Hey, that's a good
I don't know.
idea,
I don't want to build ill will. I'm going to have a backpack or a side pack or something, but I don't want to build ill will with the organizers because I don't have a vendor booth or anything. But I mean, I am a writer, and I'm going to have a shirt that says I wrote these. So if nothing else, I'm going to carry around a couple of books.
Yeah.
But we'll see. I mean, I don't want to. I don't want to be
awful.
awful.
Suspicious package. You keep all your extra copies in. You can hide it by the garbage can. Everyone's finding suspicious packages.
Yeah,
by
it's no
garbage
worries.
cans.
It's no worries.
It's never
Yeah.
been an issue in the past.
You know, and I keep
Put
an
a big
alarm clock
question
with me all the
mark on
time
it.
too, so
Yeah.
I'll just leave the alarm clock in there as well.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
It'll
Exactly.
just go off
Buzzing,
intermittently. Yeah.
weird noises
Yeah.
from packages. Everyone enjoys
It'll
that
be
in public
fine.
places.
It'll be fine.
Just have a random wire come out.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's
That's
a
right.
good publicity stunt. You'll definitely be on the news.
It's a
by
really
then.
good idea.
Yeah.
Totally.
Everyone will know
Hey,
about you.
everybody!
Hey, we
Yeah, I
should
know
buy
I'm in
his
handcuffs,
books.
but I'm an author.
Confetti comes out.
Oh man, what
You
a
know
terrible
what?
idea!
I
Oh my gosh!
I hear that this actually leads to a lot more writing time.
Oh, I'm sure. I guess
Well,
I
and
would.
fame and fortune, because
Hey,
everybody would
some
know who
sort
you
of
are,
celebrity
so
would
people would
be
be wanting
there.
to read it.
You'd be on the
That's
news.
I've already tried to, leverage my weird childhood into fame, and that didn't work out.
Yeah.
So maybe prison time would. Who knows? This is the moron who did a stupid prank. Hey, all right, let's give him a book.
Hey,
deal.
let's read his book.
Hey,
Yeah, what a good idea.
there's been others. There was some guy that tried to pretend that he was some sort of special CIA agent or something like that, and needed
Oh.
passes to get in
To Comic-Con?
because
What?
he was tracking someone and he knew he was in there. I mean, it was insane.
That's
It
awesome.
was in the news and
the
everything.
ambition is fantastic.
Yeah,
The
see,
creativity is great.
I really feel like the CIA would have the budget to buy a pass to Salt Lake.
Probably,
Comic-Con.
probably
You
so.
know?
Yeah.
Or they would
That's
have
like
some
saying,
upper
we need you to
thing come
donate
in
this
to.
pack of gum so the CIA doesn't have bad breath.
They only topple governments, though. They don't pay for full price for tickets or
Exactly.
anything.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Breath mints, that's on your own dime.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Same
in
with
case you're
Comic-Con
wondering,
passes.
my name is Dave Butler, and I didn't say anything bad about you. Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, Dave.
He can take it. He's tall.
He is tall, and he
That's a good
lives in
time.
Steve Covey's old house.
Does what?
Yeah, you didn't know that?
No.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
That's cool. Right
That's
on.
cool. So he actually gave the doorknob was the original doorknob, and it actually fell off the door, and he actually gave it as a trophy to someone else.
Oh, I heard about that. Yeah,
Yeah.
you guys had trophies for Alexi and something else. Yeah, that's awesome.
So, the sock. on
There was
the
a sock.
doorknob.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a sock on the doorknob.
Yeah, we'll have
That's
to.
great.
We'll talk about that.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, but
Maybe that's enough said.
So
I don't
poor
know.
Scott gets his story shared, but you talk about yours offline.
no, this isn't mine. This is someone else's.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Best
Yeah.
to be safe.
And I want to be able to sell my book in that booth, so we
Right.
won't say anything about that on there.
That's a great booth, by the way.
That
Man,
is.
you can't miss that booth.
I know.
Do we
And
know what
it's
booth
got like
numbers they are?
multiple
I
tons.
think it's 309, but let me
Oh,
just
so
They've
you're
stacked the
nowhere
books
near
so
us.
high there. It's crazy. I mean, it's
I
like a
know.
veritable wall.
To see if I can sneak over. Well, I'm sending Steve the Hobbit over.
Oh, right on.
Yes.
Steve the Hobbit is going to be doing some very interesting things this weekend at Comic-Con.
I'm gonna make sure my phone's fully charged.
If
so
he
I
can help me sell books, that would be awesome.
Same.
People last night were recording him at the Leonardo.
Perfect. Good.
So I'm not sure what's going to happen to those videos, but we anticipate just to see them being shared and showing up on weird randomness.
Right on. That's good. Yeah.
Where is
That's how you
this?
build a little bit of buzz. That's good.
Yeah.
It's really
Oh,
good.
301. Excuse me.
301.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're in
And
like the
301.
56s.
It's that. Isn't that the same one you're always in almost? Because it seems like
No,
no,
this is
that's
the first
not
time
right.
I've
Because
been
it's
in
over
there.
16s and 14s and 13s.
Yeah,
okay.
it's kind of moved everywhere, but
Yeah.
it's easy to find. Giant tower plastered with author pictures and stuff like that.
That's the right way to go.
Yeah,
Man.
it's massive. I don't know if it was last year. One of the cons last year, they were like in the back next to the restroom.
So at Emerald City Comic Con, some of the bookstore and book vendor types tend to end up in very strange places, man. I went to University Bookstore for a signing up there. I was there for like an hour.
Wow.
And there were other authors, some kind of big authors. Patrick Rothfuss walks by, and almost nobody's showing up to these authors unless you're Patrick Rothfuss. Everybody else is like,
well, it was just
next to the vendor of food, you know.
See, and that's kind of what I'm a little worried about that, but we'll see how it happens.
Yeah, right. Well, I mean, you're going to be surrounded by a bunch of people, and everybody at that booth is so cool. They'll all talk about everybody else's
and that
books.
is the one cool thing about that
fantastic.
booth is they do piggyback and help everyone else.
Only says you'll have Steve the Hobbit running around yelling and screaming.
Sweet.
He won't have a voice by the end of Comic-Con.
Awesome.
Well, CVX, he
if
lost
I
his
can
voice
sell
too.
out, that would be awesome.
Will Steve the Hobbit know to put the book in a person's hand? Because once it's in their hand, you're halfway there. And then, would you care to buy it today? Is the next line.
Have you seen the Jurassic Park Jeeps?
Yes.
So, you know Kiss made crafts that sells there, the glasses and stuff. Have you seen that?
No.
At Comic-Con? Oh.
No.
Kaylee sells there, but not a lot of people seem, because she's very shy.
Okay.
So Steve the Hobbit was over there helping her, and he had a mug.
Way to go, Steve the Hobbit.
And, this gets even better. So he's trying to sell this mug, and he's, like, handing it to him, and we shot candy from the trebuchet at the same time, and candy landed in the mug.
Magic mug.
Yep, and he goes, and it comes with candy, and, like...
So somebody
kept
bought
it
that.
going. Yeah, he sold it.
That's excellent.
Wow.
But he gets the concept.
Okay,
but
so
he
here's
won't
the
be in
deal.
the booth.
That's
He'll
good.
be running
If
around.
Steve the Hobbit
That's
sells
good.
me out, we can have him follow Jared around, selling his books.
That'll be good.
There we go.
Yeah.
We
What do
should
you guys
be
think? Should
careful.
I
I
bring
don't
a
want to make
wagon?
anybody mad.
I mean, would a wagon maybe be kind of not so good?
Steve the
I can
Hobbit,
carry a bag
what
around.
we need are some saddlebags to throw over him.
Over him.
Over him.
Definitely not over me.
Over
Absolutely.
him.
He's looking for the
And have him
horses because he
follow
takes
you
care of the
around.
horses.
We
Yeah,
could
he's
even
taking
put
care
a
of the
lead on
horses,
him.
and he's got the.
I'll bring the
Horses are
two
not doing
coconut
well
halves,
this
and
week.
we
Yes.
can
Oh,
pretend
he's
they're
taking
horses.
He'll
their
love you
place.
if he has those. He's been trying to get those right now because he
I'm
wants
sure
to
I
follow
could
our
track down
King
some
Arthur with
coconut halves.
those.
I'm sure I can.
Oh, there you
Yeah.
go.
Brave Sir Robin. Okay.
I actually think Winco has coconuts.
Well, you know he bought
Good to know.
coconuts,
Maybe
but I don't
I'm
know
running
if
an
they
errand on the way
worked.
home.
I know he bought coconuts, but I don't know if it worked or how long it takes to get them. I don't know.
Yeah. I should know because I was in Brazil for like 2 years.
Yeah, he
But
was
I never
in
had
Hawaii.
coconut one when I was in Brazil for 2 years. What's wrong with me?
That's strange.
I had plenty of mangoes though. Anyway,
Yeah.
that sounds like a good idea.
I got on my own and I got a coconut. They were on sale, so I bought 2 of them. I ate both of them that afternoon. Did you know what coconut is naturally?
What?
Well, in large amounts, it's laxative.
Sugar-free gummy
tell
bears.
us more of it.
Never decide to consume 2 whole coconuts in an afternoon.
Did you have a burger earlier that day by any chance? Just,
You know, I didn't.
Okay, that's
but it
probably
didn't
the best.
matter.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I may have to put that in the book.
Yes, coconuts.
Is it really?
All he was
That is
lost, and all he
very
could find was
interesting.
coconuts to
Yeah,
eat and
eat
just
a
devour
lot
You're
of
going to the
coconuts.
bathroom. Man, I thought it was a good idea to eat
You're on my-
coconuts.
Coconut is a natural, healthy fruit or vegetable.
Surely,
something
yeah.
like that.
Well, it's
I'm going to
cleaning
cook
your
the whole
system.
thing. It's
Coconut
just
milk's
like,
the whole thing.
Well,
I mean,
coconut oil is
I might
healthy.
have
It's
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is. It is
One
very
afternoon.
healthy.
probably clearing your system, and
Yeah,
then
man,
you
good
just
job.
kind of overdid it.
yeah. It's like you could probably call it a detox.
I think it's
a
the
detox.
coconut
It's a
milk
coconut
in it
detox.
that is-
It was just cleaning out the plumbing.
But
It was like putting
I-
liquid Drano down your pipes.
I just stayed home that day.
Good
Good call.
Coconut milk is like
Wasn't
all the rage,
necessarily
though.
hanging out in the living room
You'd
or
think they'd say
bedroom, but I
this.
did stay home.
Was it?
It's
I have
processed,
to
though,
ask.
when you
I
buy
know
it.
this
That
is
makes
potty
sense.
humor, and this is what normally happens when Michael Brent Collins comes on the show. But remember
Oh,
that
yeah,
video I
poop
sent
for
over the
Michael
video
Brent, there you
chat?
Oh God! I
Was it
just
like
went
that?
past that trying to find the video of Scott with the ballista.
I listened to Michael Brent on your last one. That's hilarious. That guy's hilarious.
Every time he comes on the show,
He's going to talk about
it
poop.
always goes to poop and gold babies.
And
Gold
cold
babies?
babies?
So the very first,
I missed that. What?
so the very first time he ever came on the show, he's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna die, but when I die, I want them to take a gold baby statue and shove it up my butt."
Oh, gosh.
For no reason other than just people wonder why the heck is that there.
Right.
And so that's kind of been
Assuming he gets
So
dug
an
up.
archaeologist
Okay.
dig him up.
Assuming he gets
yeah,
dug up.
So that So
Okay.
that's been
Well, eventually.
a long
Yeah, eventually.
the
running
gold baby
joke.
butt statue.
They're gonna
will be
think
the
he's
new
some sort of.
mystery
Yeah.
plaguing the future. There's going to be grown men who dedicate their lives to finding why he would shove this up his rectum.
Why
Yeah,
there was
so-
a gold baby
that's
statue
awesome.
on this skeleton
So
that
we did-
appears to have been shoved
Yeah.
up the rectum.
So we did another interview with him at Comic Con.
Okay.
Because they were doing it as a panel. We were doing a live show. He was our special guest, and one of my other co-hosts at the time had just won the Lucasfilms fan films
Sweet.
thing. So he
Wow.
had this gold stormtrooper holding
Oh,
a camera.
man.
And so I'm like, you really need to bring that.
Yes.
And so in the middle of our interview, I'm like, so this is Jared. And I'm like, he just won this award. And he's like, that's cool. And I'm
Another
like,
Jared.
and look what they gave him. A gold statue. And Michael Brent looked at it and goes, oh, my God. And he just busts up laughing. And Jared's like, what? And so I'm like, so, Michael, what was the first thing he ever said? So he told him, he's like, Jared looks horrified, reached over, grabbed the statue, goes, you're not touching this.
That's excellent.
Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah. No, awesome. Great guy, amazing writer.
Yeah, good man. Doing a good thing right now, actually, with the...
Yeah.
Is it a Patreon about...
Doing a Patreon
ending suicide?
against suicide.
That's really cool.
Because he suffers from depression.
Absolutely.
And it's amazing. A lot of people don't know, because when you're at convention stuff like that,
you turn the switch on.
you
and
turn the switch on,
yeah.
you're this different person. You don't know what's going on in the back.
Exactly, yeah.
But, he's just putting it out there, which is
Good on him.
impressive. And he's just a fantastic guy.
Yeah.
I mean, you would never know, but he once upon a time, he was a lawyer.
Yeah.
Corporate attorney and stuff like that. And he just said, nope, I'm done. Just like Dave Butler, attorney. Nope,
Right.
I'm done. Now they're writers.
Right.
So,
All right.
And there's my wife going to become a lawyer.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe 20 years down the road, she'll say, no, I'm done, and become a best-selling writer.
maybe.
Fine by me, man.
Maybe.
Anything that eliminates the amount of work I got to do,
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Paychecks. I want less. Less work, more money.
Exactly.
That'd be awesome.
That's what we all want, right? It's the American
Or
dream,
just
dude.
writing full time. That would be even better.
And
It would be. Live
That's
off
the
the
lesson
dream.
we learned from today's episode. Less work, more money.
Yes.
And don't eat 2 coconuts.
And don't eat
Don't
two
eat two
coconuts
coconuts.
in an afternoon.
And gold babies maybe can be your real legacy, right?
Maybe
The ultimate
maybe I should have
legacy.
made a list of lessons that we are learning from today's episode.
There have been many. This has been a
maybe
Mr.
that-
Gold
Rogers
babies
special.
are a bad idea, unless you really are dead set on confusing the future.
Siege weapons don't go to Comic-Con.
Yeah, siege
Right?
weapons don't
Exactly.
go to Comic-Con.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At
So
least you might get in trouble for them.
we
Yeah,
now have a tick
little.
list now. Nope. Nope.
Write them
No.
up on the board behind us.
Yeah.
That's right.
So check out Jared's books.
Yeah. They're all on
Beat,
Amazon.
Push, which is out now.
Yeah, they're all out now.
Okay. Lacone.
Lacona.
The Seer. You're going to be having audiobooks coming out soon, which is always fantastic.
Oh, I guess we could make that the announcement
Sure.
right here. So the audiobook for Beyond the Cabin is done, and
Nice.
it will be out in less than a week.
Sweet.
Wow.
I'm really excited.
That'll be out sooner.
I have a question.
Yes.
For those of us out there who enjoy our Amazon Prime memberships,
Okay.
could I read you for free with my Prime membership?
If you have Kindle Unlimited, if you subscribe to Kindle
It's
Unlimited,
part of
yes,
Kindle.
yeah.
All right, great.
Absolutely.
Because
That's the
know-
deal of Kindle Unlimited.
I don't think I have Kindle Unlimited, but I do know with Prime there are certain titles that they will then push my way and say, "Hey,
Well,
we'll let you read this
Yeah,
for free."
You
usually
can
they're not
subscribe
self-published
to-
ones. But
Okay,
yeah.
all right.
You can subscribe to Kindle Unlimited because you're an Amazon Prime
Yep.
member. It's discounted.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
what,
Really?
like $4 or $5 a month,
And
something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
really
something
well.
cheap.
It's $10 a month.
$10.
Um,
Okay, still that's still cheap.
Yeah, it's really good, and you
And
can. It's unlimited,
unlimited
for anything
books.
that's in that
Yeah.
deal. And then authors, the way we get paid from that, you're probably aware of this, is that it's per. They call it Kindle edition normalized pages read. So if people actually read my books that they bought, because I've had plenty of people buy my books,
Yeah.
you also get paid for the page number that they. Actually,
How do they track
consume.
that?
Oh wow.
There's
Kindle-
some tracking thing in the Kindle
The
and
Kindle
in the
app
download.
actually. So if you
So they're watching me read.
yeah.
That's not all they're doing, dude.
Come on,
Yeah.
dude.
So-
Alexa's the whole CIA.
If-
Oh,
when
man,
I have my Kindle
I will
reader
never have
open,
Alexa.
About the South
it
Park
tells me
episode.
how many pages I've written or read, what
Yeah.
my average is for the week, and how many minutes I'm reading per
But
day.
how is that reporting over?
Oh, because it just is.
Because
man.
that probably has something in
Why
the back.
wouldn't it?
Because like my daughter's Kindle, like unless we turn it on to the Wi-Fi, we have her shut off of
Well,
all internet.
prob-
As soon as
so
it goes on the
collects
Wi-Fi.
the data, and as soon as
Okay.
it connects to the Wi-Fi, it probably ships it.
Yep. Yep. It's part of the. I think it's part of the EULA, the end user license agreement that you agree to when you
Yeah.
download any of their software.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, at
I-
least it's
I know
not
that
I mean,
Amazon
it's
is
not
there,
like
yeah.
sending off your personal information. It's
No,
just, it's
well,
just sending
no.
off data.
Well, as far as
Amazon is really good about being careful about people's personal information.
Unlike Equifax.
Really, really good. Unlike Equifax.
Dude, I
The thing about
called that
Equifax,
months
hey,
ago.
sorry we lost all your data. Now pay $10 to get it protected again. What?
I know.
Yeah.
It's free.
It's your
you know
fault.
what? You
Unreal.
can get Experian gives you a free app to watch Experian, and Credit Karma will
Yes,
watch
exactly.
both Equifax and TransUnion.
American Express
and
will do it all for
literally,
you.
if you go apply for something, Credit Karma in less than 5 minutes of putting in that application will tell you there was a hit to your credit.
Yeah.
They are like on top of it faster, and all that stuff is free.
Amex does that for you too for free.
Well, look at that, folks.
Discover card,
Anyway,
Capital One does
Real
it.
life stuff you might
Chase.
need.
That's right.
Real life
Look
stuff.
it. Don't eat two
Dungeon
coconuts.
crawlers, man. You're going to
Unlike
crawl
gold
through real life
babies.
dungeons. Yeah.
Which I think you can find gold babies on Amazon, can you not?
I bet you can.
I'm sure you can. I do training over there. I don't know anything about the retail
I know
side.
you can get a gold 3CPO pop figure.
Hey, that's a gold enough baby.
That's
worth
small
money right
enough.
there. That's a good time.
Might not hurt as bad.
Well, if you're dead, it wouldn't matter.
Exactly. You
Yeah.
probably don't care at that
But
point.
the archaeologists are still going to have to figure out whether
Why is there?
post-mortem-
Why is there this weird
Well, they're going to be trying to
robot-looking
figure
thing?
out where at in the body it was even in. If you're just down to a skeleton, you just see
True.
a skeleton. They just go, did somebody put this in after, or was it on top and it
Maybe
fell through?
maybe there was an earthquake. The coffin opened up briefly. The small baby fell into his pelvic cavity. The coffin closed
Oh my
again.
goodness.
All from a smaller.
We have a
earthquake.
very
Was somebody
optimistic
trying
view
to
of the
hide
future
it,
here. I think it's
and
all
this
going to
person
burn.
was buried with this hidden
Man
inside.
alive.
Someone really needs to write this story.
I'm
Daniel,
not a
you need to get
writer.
this under
Good
control,
luck.
man. Come on.
Oh, I have so many other stories to tell.
It's truly, the
Like,
file is
yeah.
30 big.
Well-
I can see the magazine headlines. There won't even be magazines. They will be
Yeah,
tablet headlines.
it'll be projected on your lens
exactly.
or something.
And on the back of your
yeah.
Google
exactly.
Denwell's
Goggles.
blue screen and ones and zeros. That's the good
Google
stuff.
contacts is what they'll be.
Yeah, Google
Yeah.
Contacts.
They'll call Google
Contacts, yeah.
Google Lens.
Less dorky looking than
Wait,
the
they have Google Lens. They
the
call
other
the
thing.
first one. No, that's Google Glass, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Yeah,
Google Glass.
Google
Oh
Glass.
my
Glass, and then
gosh.
they'll have Google Lens.
Nice.
And then they'll have a Google chip.
Something like that.
Well,
no doubt. No doubt.
They're already doing it, aren't they?
We welcome
Isn't-
overlords, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
there are
started
companies.
testing chips.
Yeah, people
Yeah.
are already doing
Midwest and
the
the
chip
North,
test.
some companies.
And
The chips
they're
are-
already
Yeah.
they're already testing AI, so they'll just take over.
And then you've got
program
iPhones
things.
with the facial recognition business.
Yeah.
No, I don't
Oh,
think so,
Droid
man.
has-
All you have
does
to
it
do
too.
is
My
watch the
bank does it as well.
documentary.
My Droid does
everything
not.
You know about
Uh-uh.
AI.
The S8s do.
Mine will never.
you-
I will
you've
never
seen-
have that technology on anything I own. No.
Now, you-
That's
I'm an Amazon employee, and I will never.
That
have
is
an
what I
Alexa in
didn't
my
like
home.
about
But
the
you-
Xbox One. Is
Nope,
it's like
nope,
it,
nope,
it
nope.
watches,
Have
sees
you
you
seen
turn
the
in, and it
South Park?
kicks on, and
about
No, I heard
Alexa.
about the South Park.
Did
Yeah,
you
they
hear
told me
about
that.
that?
Yeah, that's
How-
so cool.
Oh, I love
Way to
that.
go, man.
Watching all the videos, yeah, because they in South Park, Cartman would talk to his Alexa, and it would respond some terribly adult things, and then you would hear the Alexa in somebody's house start saying
Yep.
these same things back. The episode started putting things on people's shopping lists, like
That's
Alexa,
chip,
buy.
buy chips, Alexa, and Jimmy's chips, and Timmy's chips, and I don't know if
it
I'm
was
allowed to
just
say that
it was
other
a
word.
giant troll. Yeah.
Exactly.
It
Yeah,
was
it was the whole
fantastic.
episode was.
wow.
It was it's amazing.
That's really good.
Yeah, a lot of users said they either had to unplug their Alexa
Yep.
or they just sat back and laughed at it
'Cause it
as
was buying
as it
stuff.
kept going, and well, it wasn't really buying things, just
No.
making lists,
Yeah.
changing settings,
Oh,
things like
gotcha.
that. You know, it's just lightly messing with everybody, but
I will never have that in my house.
Yeah, I don't
Nope.
have one of those. No. Well, folks, so we learned a lot today. Don't have an Alexa in your,
That's
in your
right.
house while watching South
Among other
Park.
things.
you
Don't
might have to
eat
buy
two
Timmy's
coconuts.
chips.
Watch out for the coconuts.
Gold babies, probably not a good idea. Yeah, there's
And
so much more. The
Buy
list
all my
can-
books, man.
Yeah, buy
All the
Buy
books.
books,
Jared
lots of
Nathan's
books. You
So
can get
many
them on
books.
You
Kindle.
can get them on Amazon along with small gold babies.
If you're gonna be at Comic Con,
No doubt.
find Jared as he's wandering. Buy his
Yeah.
books. Buy
People
my
have a
books from the
t-shirt
bar.
Look for
Tower.
Steve the Hobbit. He'll direct you in many different
Yes.
directions on how you can find books or pirate
Thinking of
ships
Willow.
Yes.
Hello.
or
Just-
Jurassic Jeeps.
Yes, because I need to sell out.
gonna be a
I
party.
need to sell out.
Yes, let's sell them out, man.
Yes, let's sell all of the books and be awesome. And we'll be running around doing crazy stuff as well for Dungeon Crawlers. So with that said, we'll catch you next time.
Toodles.
Mahalo.
Bye.
Are you a fan of Dungeon Crawlers? Then it's time for you to level up your experience. Download our episodes that are released every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And not only that, we want to hear from you. We want to know who you want to hear on the show. What author, what celebrity, what game designers you want to hear. Not only that, we also want to hear what you like about the show. So, with that said, please reach out to info@dungeoncrawlersradio.com. Email us on Twitter or Facebook. And let us know what you want to hear on this show, because we want it to be as much of your show as it is ours. So with that said, we're out of here and we'll catch you next time.